everybody, my name is Zool, and welcome to my guide on modding Fallout 3 using Mod Organizer. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Fallout 3 with Mod Organizer tutorial series. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of cool, unique little mods that just add some quality of life improvements to the game. These aren't anything major, but there's something that I thought I would show off because they are really worth downloading. Today we're going to be looking at the Ragdoll Overhaul, Better Balanced Backpacks, more perks, and Delay the DLC. Without further ado, I'm going to explain what these mods do. Alright, first up I'm going to talk about the Ragdoll Overhaul. I've already covered this mod before, so if you want more details, click on the screen or in the link in the description to see my mod showcase of this mod. Put simply, this mod overhauls the ragdolls in the game. So when you shoot that bloatfly, it is no longer going to weigh about 1,000,000 pounds. When you shoot that robot, it's not going to slide across the ground because the friction, the restitution, the limb movement, and the player collection has been fixed, as well as the weight. So ragdolls, the physical bodies in the game, now exist. They work better. It's a great mod. Moving on. The next mod we're going to talk about is Better Balanced Backpacks. Better Balanced Backpacks is a great mod that adds backpacks to the game, but it doesn't just add, a bunch of random, really easy to get backpacks. It adds a store where you can buy them, and they're unlocked depending on your levels. The backpacks are very detailed, and they help you carry around a lot of the crap that you're going to be, bringing along with you. I mean, after all, ammo has weight, and this mod has been balanced to work with FWE in mind. The backpacks all have stats on them and have different trade-offs, making it harder to stealth, giving you different changes to your skills depending on what they are. It's a great mod. I cannot recommend it enough. And then finally, I'm going to talk about more perks. More perks adds more perks. I'm not going to cover them all. You can check them out on the mod page. Oh, and I guess I shouldn't forget to mention Delay DLC. Delay DLC is a great mod that just doesn't make all the DLC messages pop up when you start the game. I kind of annoying. As soon as you get into a new character, you enter the world, you get all these pop-ups telling you about all the DLC you have installed. That's annoying, so this suppresses those messages until you're close to the area where you would get the DLC. So you get the Anchorage DLC when you're close to the area that you would get that radio signal. You have to go to the docks to get the ones for the pit or Point Lookout or whichever one it is, because I can't remember right now. That's basically it. Anyway, moving on, let's get to the installation. Alright, it's time for installation. At this point in this tutorial series, you should be fairly comfortable with installing mods, so I'm going to be covering this fairly quickly. If you need any help, leave a comment down below and I will assist you, but you should be able to do this almost all on your own by now. So let's get started. First up, we're going to download all the mods, starting with the Ragdoll Overhaul. I'm going to go over to the file section of this mod and I'm going to download the main file with Manager. You can download either of these main files. I like to have this one, which is the one with Collision. However, if you don't like the one with Collision, you think it gives you problems, stuff like that, you can also download this one. It doesn't really matter. As far as Better Balanced Backpacks, you're going to want to download the FOMod version with Manager. For Delay the DLC, download this main file here. You don't need the Delay Steel file because that only delays broken steel and kind of defeats the purpose of the mod. For the More Perks file, what you're going to need to do is download the main file with Manager and then download all of the different optional files with Manager. So this is the one for every DLC and the Requests file. When we get to the Paradox Ignition, the mergers page, scroll down until you get to this part here, and it's going to show you what you need to replace. You need to keep this open in the background as usual. After that, head over to the file section for the Paradox Ignition file and download it with Manager. Once you've done this, you'll download a bunch of different files. Don't worry about how all mine say weird things there, that's just because of some testing. Just imagine that they all say that they were just downloaded. Let's start with the installation of Ragdoll Overhaul. Double click on it, hit Manual, hit OK, because everything should be fine. After that, we're going to download Better Balanced Backpacks. As you can see here, it has a strange name, but don't worry about that, it should work. Double click on the file, click Manual, and then everything looks like it's going to be okay, so click OK. After that, we're going to have to install Delay the DLC. This, once again, is just going to be a simple activate, set, and forget. Don't forget you need to check these off before they are actually implemented into your game. Now that we've done that, we're going to need to install more perks. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we're going to have to install things, remove them, all the stuff like that. So let's get started with that now. Alright, to begin with, for more perks, we're going to install the main file. You're going to select Manual, make sure everything's good, and then click OK. After you've done that, you're going to do the same thing for the DLC, but you're going to select the Merge option to merge them into a single file. And you're going to have to do this for all the DLC and the Requests file, which is the REQ, in case you were wondering. So just go ahead and do that, and then I'll cut the video and you can join me then. Alright, so I'm just finishing installing the requests file here, selecting merge, allowing it to take a few moments, and it should be good. Now that we've done that, you're going to need to open up your page or whatever you're going to be using to show you which files need to be replaced. In my case, I just put it in a text document here. Double click on More Perks, head to the Optional ESP section, and then select the file that needs to be moved up. So as we can see, we have to move up the main file. We need to move up Anchorage. We need to move up the pit, which I already did by accident, Broken Steel, Mothership Zeta, Point Lookout, Requests by Fans, and that. So there shouldn't be any ESPs in here. Once you've done that, hit close and install the More Perks Merged, which we're not going to want to call RH Iron Sights, we're going to want to call More Perks. So we're just going to select this, backspace the word merged, click OK. It should merge the file. After a few moments, you're going to want to click it to double check. That looks good. We can now activate the mod. And that's pretty much all you're going to need to do. I don't need to save this anymore. You should be fine. Don't forget to run loot and do all of the necessary things that you should be doing after every time you install mods, including updating your merged patches, all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned because we're going to be covering a bunch of cool stuff in the next episode, which might be our final episode. I haven't quite decided yet. We're going to be looking at ENBs before the end, though, I think, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. Anyway, please consider subscribing, all that jazz. I've been Zool, and I hope that you have an excellent day. Goodbye.